Alrighty, welcome back to Weenie Trades. So, we're going to talk about the weekly game plan for this week. I usually like to talk about last week. So, last week and the week before that, there was a lot of no triggers, but last week we talked about a lot of crazy different stocks. So, last week we talked about Beyond Meat, over $143 a share. Boom, Beyond Meat did the deal. Beyond Meat went explosive and went up over 52%. I was taking profits in the 150s area, but boy, Beyond Meat did the deal. She went as high as 220s. I think she was as high as 227s in the pre-market at one point. So Beyond Meat definitely did the deal. I said I was a little bit nervous about this one because the news said they were giving a bunch of downgrades. But like I said, I like the technicals over the fundamentals, and the technicals were saying, boom, we got a volume increase, we got a bull flag, let's take that breakout. Boom, $100 and a $900 plus. Beyond Meat definitely did the deal last week. So that was last week. Last week we also said to go long on FSLY over 105. FSLY did the deal. We said over 105. We said to target about the 120 area, 127 at the extreme highs, but really about 115. Boom. FSLY over 105. Boom. We got a nice good 17% move. I said I was targeting about a 10% move. Boom. There we go. 18% FSLY did the deal. Massive gains on FSLY. That definitely paid the bills last week. So FSLY was a really good trade last week. Last week we said to go long on the QQQs at about 320. Well, if you went long on the Qs at 320, here's 320 right about here. We dipped down, we broke out, we come back into the 320. We got to move up to 326, 327. I took a partial there, but then I had to take a stop out later. So the Qs was a little bit of a negative trade, but not too big of a deal. But still, if you were able to capitalize and take that dip buy right at 320, boom, you would have been rewarded with a nice good 2.5% bounce, which on options contracts is massive. So that was last week. Last week we said to go long on PLTR at about 30/29. Well, we got the move. We at about 30/29. We got first dip buy. Boom, that was good for 36%. Then we got another dip buy right into about 30, 32-ish. We got to move all the way up to 45. Palantir was a big revenue trade for us last week, and we said Palantir is next. We have technology. Let's use Palantir. So that was last week. Last week we also said to go long on BlackBerry. BlackBerry did the deal. We said we were looking for a breakout if BlackBerry could get some increasing volume. Well, BlackBerry did the deal and got some increasing volume. We went ahead and took some trades on it over 21, over 22, and we just rolled that all the way up to about 23.50. We weren't able to catch the whole move up to 28, but that's not the goal. We just want to catch the bulk of the move and leave the rest for whatever risk takers want to take. But BlackBerry, we'll see if we can get back up. We're looking pretty bearish on BlackBerry unless we can get above 1740. Otherwise, I'm expecting a further sell-off, maybe a small little kickback back to 1740 just to satisfy some equilibriums. So that was last week. This week, I'm looking to go long on SQ Square stock. Over $220 a share. So if SQ can get above 220, I'm looking for a move probably up to at least 226. But then if I want to take some profits, I'll be taking profits in the 229s, 231s, and maybe as high as 234.50s on SQ. So keep an eye out for SQ. And my stop is going to be if we close an hour underneath 220. That just means we're likely to test lower resistance levels. So that'll be SQ this week. This week I'm also looking to go long on Plug Power. I've been waiting on this one for quite a while. We got a nice good move up. Now we've got a little bit of a small little daily bear flag, and I'm looking for that bear flag to complete into the $50 a share level. Maybe I'll try and dip by at about 47.80s, 48s, 49s, somewhere in that 50 zone. I'm going to be liking to dip by Plug. And then my stop will be just underneath, $46, $47 a share. So I'll be Plugged this week. This week, I'm also looking to go long on Amazon for a pre-earnings run-up and potentially after earnings. If Amazon can get above 30 to 40, that'll be a good catalyst to fill, maybe some of the gap, but, probably about up to 32.80, maybe as high as 3,300. Otherwise, we're looking to see how Amazon reports its earnings, and then we'll trade it afterwards. So that's Amazon this week. This week, I'm also looking at Disney. Disney had this kind of weird downtrend into a megaphone. I'm looking to see if the megaphone can kind of break out, maybe back test, and then continue upwards. Otherwise, Disney, I'm looking to go long over 175. Stop is just going to be an hourly close beneath 173. So going to give a wide stop on Disney. I really like this long term, so I'm going to be probably going with more shares over option contracts. So keep an eye out on Disney. And then lastly, GameStop. I usually don't want to put GameStop in the game plan just because of the inherent risk with GameStop. But I do see that there is a technical breakout, ironically over $420 a share. So if you're pretty risky and you're looking for a good chunk of change, potentially GameStop over 420.69. That's why I'm going to put a nice good stop limit order. So I'm going to right click buy. I'm going to edit this. I'm going to go to stop limit. I'm going to type in stop 420. That means I'm willing to buy it at 420, but I'm not willing to buy it more than 420.69. So I'll set that to a good tail canceled. And then if GameStop goes over that level, I'll be triggered in and I'll be getting my share. But I'm going to cancel that because this is on the cash account. But we'll be keeping an eye on GameStop over $420 a share. And then the stop on that trade, if it gets triggered, will be just a 5-minute, maybe an hourly close underneath $400 a share. And I'll just be looking to trail that and see how high GameStop can go and see if there's a big short squeeze. Otherwise, it could just very well dump, and I'm not interested in shorting it. I'll just it'll just be a fun stock to watch. So hopefully that helps with this week's game plan. I'll be changing it on the daily, and we'll see what news catalysts we have each and every day. So if you learned something new, be sure to like and subscribe. Let me know. And let me know if you had fun on last week's game plan. You made some good bank. This is not financial advice. This is just what I'm doing. And hopefully you learned something new as always. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. See ya.